Hey guys, so I wanted to get on here and talk to you guys today about skincare routines. So I own a cosmetics company, and Seventh Witch House Cosmetics, and this video might not even be like a good look for that because a lot of people are probably going to be horrified by my skincare routine. But recently, I posted a video, not a video, a photo of myself, of my face unfiltered and without makeup, and I was horrified at the time of doing it, but I felt like it was necessary to just be transparent about my face. And I was just kind of letting you guys know what to expect when my videos air of me doing my different makeup looks. Anyway, it got a lot of really positive feedback, and I was very humbled by that, and it was very sweet. But I did get a lot of people who are asking about my skincare routine, and I'm in my 30s. I don't hide that. I was embarrassed. I found myself embarrassed over my skincare routine because I think a lot of people expected me to have like a better one, and to use like better products, and like simply buying because we have access to them. But the truth is, no, my skincare routine is about $5, maybe every 2 weeks, and that would probably shock a lot of people, but it is. And I want to make an advisory that I am not a beauty queen. I'm not a science. I have a very extensive background in chemistry. I consider myself an alchemist. But I'm not a dermatologist. I'm not, some beauty queen. I'm not a skincare expert. But I do know what works for me. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. And maybe other people will find some kind of, solace in that. And I do have, my YouTube isn't monetized. This isn't how I make my money. I'm holding my phone. I have a sheet behind me. Like, I don't even have proper equipment to do my YouTube videos, and I hardly know what I'm doing when I'm posting them, but I'm doing my best. But so this isn't like my profession, but chemistry is, and alchemy is, and I'm also an author. But my main fields are chemistry and witchcraft, and so a lot of my life is doing glamour magic and chemistry. And again, I'm only speaking for myself as far as skincare advice goes. I do have YouTuber clients and whatnot. I understand this is how you make your money, so I'm not trying to knock you, but you do what you do. But I do feel like I do feel like a lot of these steps that are being promoted in these videos are extremely unnecessary and kind of damaging to people's self-esteem. And one of the reasons I find myself to be a very unmovable person in certain ways, like especially like self-esteem wise, but I was very surprised at my own reaction. So after I had posted this photo without like a filter or makeup, I was most nervous about people asking me about my routine, because I know that it's like the common thing to do now to have like 8 steps and use all these serums and all these creams and all these special cleansers and all this rose water and setting sprays and bullshit like that. It becomes like a 17-step process. And anyway, it's just like, who has time for this shit? It's absolutely like ridiculous. And I had told a person in the comments, I don't even know why I said it, like, because I'm usually extremely candid and straightforward, but I was just, somebody's like, oh, your skin's so amazing, and I was like, oh yeah, I have a CO2 laser at home, so it's cheating. And I do have a CO2 laser, because why not? But I haven't put it together yet. I haven't even used it. And so, hi, Stacy. I feel terrible. I still feel terrible. It's been eating me alive ever since I made that comment. But I had to get that off my chest. And but yeah, I haven't even like used it. My daily skincare routine costs less than, it costs about $5 every 2 weeks. And that's just going to absolutely shock people. But it is what it is, and I'm not I'm not like I'm not trying to say I'm just so beautiful and you should just abandon your skincare routine. But I am letting you know that I do think that it is what is considered common nowadays is absolutely excessive and kind of like damaging to the self-esteem. So I will I'll start by talking about the skin layer. So I was recently at a really high end retailer, and I was looking at their skincare products, and there was this one skincare line, and I don't want to call them out by name, but they spent a lot of money by recently putting out quite a bit of Facebook ads and hiring I think they hired a few comedians or whatever, and anyway. But they have different like skincare products that are literally like in the $200 range. And I was looking at them and I was just like, oh God. I was like, this is just like, seems like so excessive. It just seems like really, really excessive. And, and maybe, maybe they work out for some people, but I know for me, it just doesn't. And again, I really, really want to reiterate that you shouldn't necessarily abandon skincare altogether, but I do feel like people make money off of selling you a lot of products that aren't necessary. So your top 20-ish layers of skin are comprised of many dead skin cells. And you're putting, $200 creams on them, and $200, $300 creams on them, serums. You're mixing all this shit in there, and it's just excessive. It's just ridiculous. And before you know it, you just have like a hodgepodge of a lot of bullshit. And it, oh my God, all these caviar creams and all this stuff. And maybe to a degree, it might be good for your skin, but honestly, I feel, at least from experience, that I have better skin now than I ever did in my 20s, and I did a lot of experimenting in my 20s. I'm in my 30s, again, I don't hide that, and I feel like I have 20 times better skin now than I ever did. I haven't had a breakout since the last time I actually experimented with a bunch of different creams. So I'm going to show you my skincare routine. I guess, again, this is what works for me. I'm not trying to knock other YouTubers, but I understand that a lot of YouTubers' channels are monetized, and I understand that they need to have a certain length of time for their videos, and I understand that maybe they get money to shill out certain products, and that's great. Make your money. Everybody deserves to have a hustle, but for the average woman, for the regular woman out there, I don't want you to think that to have great skin, it requires like 17 different steps. It's just absolutely unnecessary, at least in my case. And I used to suffer from pretty bad skin. And I haven't had a breakout, a blackhead, anything like that in so long. And the key to that for me is exfoliation. So cell turnover is so important. My pores are hardly visible at all without filter, without makeup. And before I did this video, I made sure to I went to a day spa that's local, and when you go to a day spa, they and do any kind of facial skincare, they usually have you fill out a survey, like this survey, and they ask you, your age and what your skincare routine is. And I on purpose did not fill that out because I wanted her to guess my age. I wanted her to look at the damage that was done to my skin and guess my age. And so, she did, and she did this a skin assessment, and she was a great sport, and she was absolutely wonderful. And she, again, I'm not some dermatologist, I'm not a skincare expert, so forgive me if I use somewhat wrong terminology, but I think that what she used was a woods lamp, and possibly also a UV light. I just know that we were in the dark, and she used this certain type of light lamp, and to assess the level of damage from the sun, and then areas of I think dehydration or clogged pores. And she was really, really surprised. she turned on the light, and she was like, she was like, obviously I know from, talking and whatnot, she's like, I know that you're not in your 20s, but she was like, skin wise, she was like, I would assume that your skin is around 22, like early 20s, and that you don't go in the sun. And it's true that I don't go in the sun, but I'm definitely in my 30s. And that was very sweet of her. Maybe she was just like nervous, because I asked her to guess my age. But regardless, it was still a compliment. It was really nice. And again, I think that and she asked me, she was just like, well, what do you use and whatnot? And I told her, I was just like, well, really, and I told her what I use, and she was just like, she was like, what? But anyway, so I'm going to get to it. I'm going to tell you again what I use. Again, this probably isn't even like a great look for my cosmetics company, but whatever. I feel like it's important to be honest about it, because I am a normal woman, and in my 30s, and I think that a lot of the trend nowadays on YouTube and Instagram and all that is like it's like promoting this like skincare routine that is just absolutely ridiculous and almost impossible to keep up with. When you add it all up and you add the products that are being shilled out in these videos, and you add up, you're just like, it's like, use this toner and like 3 different cleansers, and it's like, this rose water and this serum and this cream. It's ridiculous. Like, your top layers of skin are mostly comprised of like dead skin cells. Like, just scrape that shit off. Like, a cell turnover is so much more beautiful, and it's really where you see a lot of your skin plumpness, and you have so far less clogged pores. I haven't had like a pimple or a blackhead in years, and I just haven't. My pores are so shallow simply because I exfoliate my skin to a very extreme level all the time. And I exfoliate using a pumice stone. And that is going to just probably horrify people. They're going to be like, what? But it's what I do. And I'm going to get into my skincare routine now. So one thing I find that is absolutely vital to my skincare is a pumice stone. So here it is. This pumice stone can be bought at Walmart for like $1 or something. It's just like super cheap. And so one thing that I find absolutely vital to my skincare is a pumice stone. So here it is, a pumice stone, absolutely vital to my skincare routine. You could buy this for like $1 or something at Walmart. Super, super cheap. I usually buy one at least like once a week, and they're great. They're very again, that I'm not suggesting everybody should do this, but people have asked me what my routine is. This is my routine. And I use a pumice stone on my face at least once a week, more like once every 3 days. This is, and again, my YouTube isn't monetized. I'm not being paid to advertise any kind of creams or serums or anything. So I'm just telling you the truth. I'm telling you what I use. I'm telling you what works for me. And maybe it won't work for you, but I do have sensitive skin. And so, and this, even so, this still works for me. People might just be like, oh my God, it's so harsh on your skin. Yeah. I'll never forget when Kylie Jenner had her, I think she had like this face cleanser come out, and it had, I think, walnut shells, in there. And people are like, oh, this is damaging to your skin. Well, the top several layers of your skin are dead. Like, they're dead. And you have skin cells there that are just dying like little rotting corpses on top of your face. And you need to get them off. Just scrape that shit off. I don't understand why people spend so much money coating it with shit and whatnot. If you exfoliate, you will have cell turnover, and you will stimulate your collagen, and you'll stimulate all this new skin being rebuilt. and you will have a very youthful appearance. Anyway, this is going to be so argued, but whatever. Again, proof is in the pudding. This is my face, and this is what I use. You can use whatever you want, but a pumice stone, for me, is absolutely vital. Next product. So the next product is soap. People are going to just probably pass out when they find out that my skincare routine includes soft soap. Now, you can splurge a little bit and go for the holiday edition. This soft soap has a little kitty on it for Halloween. So I think this one was like $2 and something, maybe. Anyway, a lot of people are like, oh, soap is so drying. Well, if you have oily skin, it's a great idea to dry it out. And anyway, and a lot of people are like, oh, no, that's really wrong. It's not good. It's not good. Well, at least I'm not spending, $1,000 a month on bullshit skincare. This is what I use. I will lather up a pumice stone with soft soap and go to town on my face. When you start seeing extreme redness or even blood, that it's time to chill the fuck out. Like you just discontinue. But don't obviously scrape your face to the point of blood. But if you're finding if it starts to hurt, then stop. That's when I know to stop. Again, I pumice stone my face. I pumice stone my entire body actually every 3 to 4 days. And that's how I get my complexion. That's what works for me. A lot of people are going to say, oh, that's really damaging. But, again, at least I'm not spending excess money on bullshit. So, I use soft soap. I've used Dawn soap before. And I find it great, because naturally I have somewhat oily skin. I don't want to say it's really balanced out lately. But, that's what I use. It's just regular hand soap. I don't go crazy. I don't have anything special. Then to top it off, I if I have missed anything, or if I've missed makeup, or I have excess makeup on at night, or I wash my face with soft soap too. And if I have missed any spots or I have excess makeup, I use Huggies baby wipes. If it is good enough for your baby, then it is good enough for your face. I use baby shampoo. I use baby products all the time because I feel like they've been tested and approved by labs to use on your babies. And if they're good enough for your children, then they're good enough for your face. And they're going to be a lot of your more pure products. So I use Huggy baby wipes as a makeup remover. And that's the extent of my skincare cleansing routine, which again is going to horrify people. And it is what it is though, and it's what works for me. And I haven't had a breakout in years. So now my husband got me on to this lotion. I really only started using lotion when I met my husband. My husband has a better skincare routine than I do. But beforehand, I would just use Neosporin. Like if I went too crazy with the pumice stone, I would just Neosporin my face and that would be it. Again, I do it like every 3 days. So, but he uses this Cremo face cleanser or face lotion, and again, you could buy it at Walmart really, really cheap, Or maybe I'm lying to you. Like maybe this is Target. I think this is Target, like in like the sample section. So I think this again was like $2 and something. But yeah, it's just like this little Cremo face lotion and works really, really well. I do put on a face lotion. I'll use soft soap and I'll wash my face and then I'll put face lotion on as my primer. There's times I'll use a Smashbox primer. I do think that primers are good to fill in your pores, but really my face has such shallow pores because I exfoliate consistently that I don't really, I don't feel like I need a primer, but I do feel like after using the lotion that your makeup feels and looks a lot smoother. Pumice Stone, soft soap, Huggies baby wipes, and Cremo face lotion works really great. It's a very neutral smell. It doesn't have a lot of additives and whatnot, and gives me baby soft skin. I'll use baby oil on my skin, and coconut oil. I'll rub my body with that. So like my body skin is like super, super soft, but on my face, really, I'll use either Cremo or I'll use Neosporin. And anyway, which probably just seems like so foreign and weird to people, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not, again, this isn't monetized. I'm not here to lie to you for any reason. But I do feel like people's expectations of what you should use in your face nowadays are just ridiculous. Like, I've been watching some of these YouTube videos, and it gets me really upset when I see certain influencers get on YouTube and do these like almost hour-long presentations on what they do to get their skin ready for the day. And it's just absolutely freaking outrageous. And the ones that bother me the absolute most are the ones where they're like reacting to other people's skincare routines, and where they seem like they come off as so incredibly arrogant, and it is so frustrating. And they're like, oh my god, oh, she's using Neutrogena skin wipes, oh, or makeup remover wipes, oh, that's so damaging, oh, and they like make fun of each other. They make fun of other people who are like using less than extremely expensive skincare, and it's really frustrating. So I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys as somebody who has access to whatever skincare I want, who has access to whatever I want, and let you know that that is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit. And you can have beautiful skin, you can have breakout free skin for extremely low cost. Like it's absolutely, in my opinion, at least, again, this is my opinion, but I've had bad skin before, and the times where I've had bad skin is when I used all this extra over the top bullshit. I haven't in years. Granted, I do glamour magic. I am an expert in magic, and so I'm sure that has helped to an extent. But the simplification of my beauty routine pre-makeup is honestly what one of the at least 50% of what I attribute to my skin today. My diet is pretty terrible, and I just it's not like all organic, and it's not I don't even like wash my face half the time before I go to sleep. I developed my cosmetics company for the average everyday woman who wants to look outstanding without going through a bunch of bullshit. Like there's no reason for all these steps. I wanted I wanted my cosmetics company to be there for the woman who puts her makeup on in the car on the way to work, or doesn't have a lot of time or to mess around with these extensive, absolutely extensive, ridiculous routines. I wanted makeup that stood out and made them feel and look beautiful without just a bunch of extra bullshit and a bunch of extra, a bunch of time and skill that they might not have. Nowadays, your influencers that you see are usually young. Being a YouTuber is their only job, and they're making money from shilling products. And I just want to come on here and say that it's just not necessary. As long as you are exfoliating, you will have a lot of cell turnover. You will have a very youthful appearance, and you will get skin that is far below your age range, that you can be proud of, and you will have a lot less breakouts. And I regret saying that to like a blanket audience, because I understand that there are people who have certain conditions, but I'm speaking to an average woman in their 30s, and who has little time, who is busy, who might not have, you know, the perfect diet, who might have the perfect skincare routine. I just want to let you know that, like, you don't have to feel bad. You don't have to feel like you're doing something wrong when you see all these videos of people doing, you know, like 17-step skincare routines. It's just extra and excessive and ridiculous, and you can have really beautiful skin and a really beautiful face and a really just beautiful like turnout again of your appearance with some simplification. There's just not a need for all of this extra crazy bullshit out there. So again, coming from somebody who definitely could, you know, buy all these products and whatnot, I don't believe in it. I think it's excessive and I think it's ridiculous and absolutely unnecessary. I do, you know, and there's people who know me who might be like, oh, you use fillers, and I do, and I inject my own, and that'll also freak people out, and I'll do another video over that. You know, I do a very minor amount, and I'll, you know, I do like laugh lines and under my eyes and whatnot, and I'll do a video on that. I do believe in fillers. There's a lot of people who are like, oh, fillers just bloat your face. Like, no, you know, not unless you have a really bad doctor. But I'll go over that later. So I do believe in that. I do believe in like certain medical or certain like machines and whatnot. But as far as skincare, I just think it's like online, it's gotten completely excessive. And I just want to let you know that you can be beautiful, you can feel beautiful, and have great skin for under $5 every 2 weeks. I hope you've learned something from here, and I love you guys, and I'll see you around.